Okay. Okay. I think we can see this. I think we can hear us. Let me check this. OBS can hear me. Yes. Okay. We should be good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I am Pig. This is Mournful Gaming, and I'm playing Path of Exile 2. Endgame. I got to it. I promised Worms that I would play a little bit of it on stream so he could see what the gameplay was like. And here I am. So, yeah, I just leveled up in that last mission, so I've got a skill point to assign. There's my build tree there. It's probably not super great, but I'm learning, you know, and I can always respec. Let's see, pierce enemy, chain additional time, Okay. I think what I really need right now is you. I can get you back. There is audio, yes. What I'm going for here is I'm going for a Glacial Bolt build because it just wrecks face. It really does. I think it's something that a lot of the streamers have been sleeping on. With that being said, I'm using fragmentation rounds. I've got explosive shot for when I want to be moving fast and not sticking around, and they're immune to the ice and is not doing anything. And then I'm playing around with Siege Cascade right now, so we'll see how that works out. Extra AoE damage and AoE survivability stuff. Fire damage. I want to see if I can do well without using anything lightning related, because the only lightning skill that I like is the galvanic shards, but is what it is. So let's see. Gear from... Why did I pick that up? And that. And that. What the hell? Anyways. Why is that saying that? Editing?
Yes.
Identify items. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, that's a level 15. We're going to use that in a moment. Put that away for now. Increase quantity of items found in this area, rarity of items. Hold on to that one. We're going to use this one. Now, I am notified the right hand menu is off screen. Let me check OBS really quick. OBS likes... a lot of things are off screen. There, that should be better. Yep, okay. A lot of shit was off screen. So I don't claim to be an expert at this game. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Don't claim to be an expert of this game, but I've figured some things out here and there without watching someone else do it. Skill loadout, it's like Glacial Bolt. I like it a lot, mainly because of these walls. So when they break, they explode for a lot of damage, and against really large enemies, they're really, really nice, as well as groups. Fragmentation rounds, they're kind of a must with Glacial Bolt because of what it does to ice crystals and things like that. It just destroys. Absolutely destroys. So, Explosive Shot is a nice backup. I've got it spec'd so that it does large amount of damage per round. So I've got a potential of doing like over 6,000 damage in one shot. Again, I am still really early, so apologize if my numbers aren't extravagant, but I'm working on it. So let's see, map. We just finished here. Augury. What are you? Spiderwoods. There's a. Let's do Spiderwoods. See how this works out for me.
Reminds me of that battle in Farrell. Bag of bones.
Like I said, I'm experimenting with Siege Cascade.
More time. All in a day's work.
Hey Aristed, how are you? Guarded by 10 packs of monsters. Let's not set that off just yet. Let's clear out some of the...
Closer personal.
I thought there was a lot more of them over there. Nice. You're on TDY again? Alright, let's begin the struggle. Ooh.
Not yet.
There it goes. Well, that was hardly worth it. Gonna take Lady Cal to Fugu de Chaos when I get back next month because I'm missing Valentine's this year due to work. Yeah, that's a nice place to go. Uh-oh. There you are. Hey, Fude Chow. I knew what you meant. Uh-oh. Don't stand still. Standing still is dying.
Lock him in!
Alright, I'm not doing too bad right now. Of course, the second I say that, something's gonna come out and absolutely wreck me. I work in defense acquisitions, and I can't wait for Doge to run roughshod through my program and eviscerate all the wasteful spending and unnecessary positions I see every day. Yeah, I would be looking forward to that too if I was still in that particular field. Yep, I've got a special that revives minions. There he is. We're gonna switch. Oh, not for me. Alright, 1, 2, 3 more. What is over here? Nothing. Bad things become when you're talking about the fight between appropriated funds and non-appropriated funds. I think I have an idea. There's a scary monster over there. Ooh! That hurt. forgot what this guy's patterns are, because I haven't messed with him at all. Whoa, that was close. Whoa. Yay!
Nice.
Play games that tell me exactly why I'm actually really bad at games. Y'all actually use strategies, technique, combos. My strategy, if I have enough health and damage, I don't need skill. You know, I have seen how some of the bigger streamers play. There is some skill involved, but most of it is just min-maxing. Emery wants 100 tanks. Congress gives them only enough money for 90 tanks, appropriated funds, but Congress also gave the Emery some money they can spend however they see fit, like on things such as on-post daycare, and soldier morale, welfare, and recreation. Army is getting their 100 tanks. Consequences be damned. Yes, now I can track that. I track that entirely.
Lock him in! More time.
Wow. That one was just ready.
Need more time. Need more time. Lock him in!
Yes. Alright. Now I just gotta figure out how to really spec siege. me.
Need more time.
There it is. Map complete. Though it's not complete because there's still plenty of things to kill. Good.
Nice.
And chests to pick up. Advanced cowled helm. No, that's way under. Level 16, yes. I think that's the map. Oh, there's some area over here. Let's see what we've got over there before we call it good. Just the edge of the map, it looks like. Nothing special. Oh. 22 gold. Alright. Let's look at the hall.
What is it?
Let's see, we got a 14, 14, 16. I'm going to use that in a moment. 37 to 146, whereas I have 49 to 168. Though, if I put 2 iron runes in there, I think I would actually exceed this guy. And then I have an exalted. Can't put it on anything. What are you? Plus 122 armor, 104 maximum life, 70 maximum, 21 cold resist. Fire resist. My fire is pretty high already. My cold is not great. So I think we should do cold. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's see what putting in couple of these does for this crossbow. Though its attacks per second is higher. +2 to level of all projectile skills. That's pretty dope, actually. 46 to 183. 49 to 168. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give that a shot for a little bit. See how that works out. Gem Cutter's Prison. Real Shards, Exalteds, Val Orb. Tier 3 Waystone. 62 increased gold found in this area. 64 increased rarity of items found in this area. 17% increased. Set that there. Really? I'm glad to hear that. There's a lot more thought that goes into it than you'd think. And then we're going to put you in here for now. And we're going to put you there for now. Now let's see. Can't upgrade. I don't have enough strength. Looks like my next level I'm adding some points because I need dexterity as well. I cannot do level 16 yet. Fedbucks drop. I don't think that's going to be wasted money. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's a little slow at the start. It took me a little while. It took me a couple of different characters to figure out which one I liked the most. This is the mercenary. The story is interesting, though. What has been released of it. So let's see. What do we have? That's a 75%, but increased monsters break. It's not a very good one. That one's just a regular level 2. Alright, let's just do a regular level 2. Let's see how that does for us. And then we're here. We can go here. Or here. Don't really like the swamps that much. They're really close quarters. They're like super close quarters. We could go here. Augury. I think that is going to be close quarters as well, but not as bad as anything in the swamp. Though I don't know. Let's go ahead. I haven't done a backwash yet. Let's give that a shot.
It's like that campaign 5 years back.
I mean, I'm playing mouse and keyboard on this game. ARPGs are just what I play with mouse and keyboard because I always have. Alright, so this isn't bad. Backwash is a jungle. But on shooters like Deep Rock Galactic, Helldivers, I play with mouse and keyboard because the controller scheme sucks. Or at least there's just too many button presses that you gotta worry about. And then Space Marine 2 I play with a controller as well because it's just it just feels right. There's other games that I use a controller with as well. I just can't remember which ones. Oh, that guy's gonna hurt. I want to stay away from you. And your little buddies. I'm just glad you're not proximal tangibility. Oh, cool. A robe. In fact, that looks like a robe that I've seen and is a good thing to use if you want to do energy shield. Doom wasn't my first game, but it was the first game where I really got into it. And yeah, I had keyboard, but I have a hard time doing keyboard and mouse with shooters because of, well, a couple of different reasons. Most of it has to do with the kind of mouse that I have to use. Doesn't really lend to good good accuracy for me. So I have one of those ergo mouses. Otherwise, my arthritis gets really bad. I used to have pretty good micro skill because I played Zerg on StarCraft 2, and you needed really good micro skill at Zerg. Let's see. Is stuck in my fingernail. Well, hello. This might dead end, or it might lead to the rest of the map. Nope. This leads to the rest of the map. Min-max build for PoE1 and PoE2 respectively. I never really got into PoE1. I got to Act 2 and got bored with it. For PoE2, for building, for like as a leveling. So let's see. Explosive shot is really good for leveling because it has this light. It's you can keep moving and it doesn't rely on DPS. So let's see. There we go. So like the big thing is like your tree. So if you do a merc, you know, you want to focus on projectile damage first, going around the whole thing. Don't skip on this because if you're using a crossbow, crossbow is two-handed damage, right? And I would avoid doing anything with bleed and armor break because it does not really affect very well of how you're doing stuff. So you want to maximize your AoE because of the explosive shot, and strength and dexterity. Intelligence is you want to have some intelligence too because of, you know, how it affects how much mana you have. Once you have all of the damage stuff taken care of, you can start working on armor and evasion to increase your survivability. You want to have a few of them. So like if you want, you can hit these early on and that'll give you some survivability. And that'll help out through most of the game, but you really want to focus on projectile damage and things like that. Most of the most of the mercenary skills, and I'll show you here. So most of the mercenary skills fall into two categories, right? You've got channeling skills is what I call. So armor piercing rounds is an example where it just, you move slowly and then you just continuously fire a stream of bolts. You have shotgun rounds, like fragmentation round, permafrost bolts, and incendiary shot. They're really good if you like to get up close and personal, but their damage, it drops off. Like they're not super great unless you really spec right for them. Galvanic shards is probably the second best, in my opinion, after fragmentation rounds, because they clear. And the big thing is to pay attention to with all of the skills is they've got multiple tabs, right? So if you're looking at the main page for galvanic shards, it doesn't look like it does a lot. But then you look at beams. So each round, each projectile, and it fires 6 of them, that hits a target will cause a beam of lightning to chain, and it converts 100% of the physical damage to lightning damage, and it chains one time. So if you hit something with 6 it's really good with groups, but it's garbage against single targets, right? So that's why I have it. It's really good against groups, but once you drop down to 2, its damage potential drops off immensely. So I switch to other stuff. You can also do a grenade build. Grenades are really, really good and a lot of fun for some people. I don't personally like them. The ballistas are like, think totems. You drop them down and they have an effect. They shoot at enemies and whatnot. Draws their fire and their attention. I have not found a good way to use them because their damage is kind of trash. Right now, like my 3 favorite skills right now is high velocity rounds. If you spec them right, and it breaks things pretty well, but it's a single target. Now it'll pierce targets and do damage to a bunch of them. It's basically a railgun, but you know, its real damage is its payoff. So if you break the armor with, say, armor piercing rounds or fragmentation rounds with a support skill slot that I've put into it, then versus broken armor, it does 791% damage to it in one hit, and it's faster than explosive shot. So explosive shot, it reloads very slowly, and it does do AoE damage. So you don't have to hit them; you just have to hit near their feet, which is one of the benefits of using it. So the explosion does 80% physical damage to fire damage, and it knocks back enemies, and its radius is 2.8 meters. Now that's low because of some of the things that I've put on it, and I'll show that in a minute. But against bosses, it's excellent because a lot of your really nice stuff that you use for ad clearing, for map clearing, aren't super effective against bosses. Like galvanic shards are freaking useless against bosses because they you don't get the beam. It doesn't even proc because you need at least 2 targets for that beam to proc. So I always have like 2 skills. Your skills that you're using to clear the map, and then skills that you're going to use on the uniques and the bosses. So leveling up through the main campaign, I used a lot of explosive shot and high velocity rounds. It wasn't until the end of the game where I found that Glacial Bolt's ice walls actually do pretty good against the bosses too, because the bosses have a higher, a large hitbox. So if you land a Glacial Bolt under the boss, the entirety of those walls will break as they form, and all of that damage is transferred to the boss, which is freaking awesome. I would avoid Stormblast bolts. In fact, honestly, for the most part, I would avoid using electric aside from galvanic shards until you get shock burst rounds and plasma blast. They're not for me. Shock burst rounds are only actually good if the enemy is already like electrified, which is a status effect that you can proc with galvanic shards and plasma blast. Plasma blast pretty much guarantees that it's going to shock them, but it has a huge charge up time before it fires. So, and that's a lot of time where you're just sitting there standing, doing nothing. Yeah, Stormblast bolts, absolutely ignore these because they're kind of trash. It's like it shoots up into the air, they land in an area. If they had like a closer area of effect, or if it shot 5 instead of just 3, they'd be pretty decent, because what happens is, whoops. So what happens is it fires into the air, it lands in an area, and then as you're shooting electrical skills through that area, they burst. Right? So load your crossbow with charge bolts that land around target location and explode if hit by a detonator skill. So I was wrong about that. A detonator skill is explosive shot, plasma blast, and explosive grenade or cluster grenade, and then they burst, like they shoot out a burst of electricity. So the explosion, you know, only 203% of attack damage, but it converts 100% of the physical to lightning damage. And explosion radius is 1.6 meters. That's not very good. Now you can pepper a field with a whole bunch of them if you have a huge amount of like attack speed. You can pepper an area, but you're staying in that area and you're drawing enemies into that area, which it's not a very effective strategy in my opinion. So yeah, I would avoid Stormblast bolts. They're not good. But if you have an enemy that's shocked, shock burst rounds actually have the highest potential DPS in the game. You know, I mean, I saw somebody do a build with rapid shot that was absolutely amazing as well, but it's just not for me. I don't like channeling skills. I don't like moving slowly and then pouring fire into the enemy in this kind of game. I like to be mobile. I like to be moving around. I want to be able to dodge big attacks, things like that. So I stick with the one-shot skills, like the shotgun blasts and the high damage weapon attacks such as Glacial Bolt, high velocity rounds, and explosive shot. And that's how I'm building. That's what I'm building around. Siege Cascade is actually kind of interesting because it works very similar to how grenades work, whereas you fire it and then you wait for it to its cooldown to clear before you can fire it again. But it's only good against groups because it fires a bolt at every enemy within a 3.5 meter radius. It's like every single enemy. If there's only one enemy, it's only going to fire one bolt. You know? So its attack damage is like 44% right now. It converts 80% of the physical damage to fire damage. And then explosion, the attack damage goes up to 186%. So that's why I'm experimenting with it right now, because I'm using a lot of ice skills, and if they're frozen in place, they're immobilized. So yeah, I'm playing with it to see how effective it's going to be on larger groups when I've already laid down a bunch of walls and keep them in place, because it is a slow attack. You shoot it up into the air, and a lot of enemies will have moved out of range of where it was falling by the time it actually falls. So Siege Cascade combined with Glacial Bolt, you know, because the explosions will destroy the walls as well. And then every single time one of those walls breaks on Glacial Bolt, it's an explosion. It has AoE damage in cold. So like the wall attack damage is only 116%, but it converts 100% of physical damage to cold damage, and the explosion radius is 1.8 meters. And you saw me using Glacial Bolt earlier. I can lay down a lot of walls really quickly. So yeah, it's what I'm pretty much building my character around, is using Glacial Bolt, Fragmentation rounds, and Siege Cascade with Explosive Shot as a backup. I just haven't figured out how I want to spec out Explosive Shot, because here's how I've got it set up right now. Explosive Shot, you know, I've got Scatter Shot, which adds 2 projectiles. It deals 20% less damage per projectile, and it has 20% less attack and cast speed, or attack speed at least, so it's a bit slower, but that's 1937 damage per round, and you got them, all 3 of them hitting in a relatively the same space. You've got potential of doing 6,000 damage on all the targets in that area, because the damage doesn't drop off from the center of the explosion. It's an AoE effect. So it is exceptionally useful on enemies that are hard to hit, like they're moving really fast. So you just shoot in the area that they're at, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to hit them. I switched to them on some of the faster enemies rather than using Glacial Bolt, because they're just moving too fast. You know, Siege Cascade, the way I've got it set up right now, expands 50% more area of effect, but it adds 6 seconds to its cooldown. So I don't know if I'm going to keep using that, because I want to use it more quickly. Immolate, support skill cannot ignite, but supported attacks gain 30% more damage against ignited enemies. And then Fire Infusion, attack gains 25% of damage as extra fire damage and deals 50% less cold and light damage. That's not a big deal, because it's a fire skill anyways. And then I have Fragmentation rounds, which were spec'd for when I was using high velocity rounds, because high velocity rounds will take advantage of, it's a payoff skill, it'll take advantage of that broken armor and cause that extra damage. So right now I've got Devastate, so when I do a heavy stun on an enemy, it breaks the armor fully. So with Overpower, at 50% more stun buildup. And then I've got Heft, which gives more physical damage, but it's a physical damage skill. So with fragmentation rounds, they automatically pierce 2 targets. The big thing, though, is it fires, where is it? 10 rounds. 10 fragments per shot. So this damage counter right here, that's per bullet. So if you are up close and personal with an enemy, or if you're fighting a large enemy, you have the potential with every single one of these shots of doing 4,200 damage with one burst. Now that's not as high as, 6,000 damage, but its reload speed is much faster. Its reload and attack speed is much faster. So on paper, you have a much higher potential to cause a lot of damage very quickly with one of these skills. The problem is it's pretty intermittent. Sometimes I see it just completely demolish enemies, and sometimes I see it just not, because its average damage is 420, and that's what that is. But its total damage can be as low as 184 or as high as 742. So if it crits, I'm doing 7,420 damage potentially against an enemy. And then it'll also do damage to the enemy, 2 of the enemies behind him. So I'm still playing with that. I'm going to look at my support skills on it and see what else I can change, because I was trying out the armor break and bleed build. Yeah, it's more of a shotgun blast though. So like it explodes as it's coming out of the barrel in fragments, so it's basically a shotgun blast. As for Glacial Bolt, I've got magnified effect for more AoE, nimble reload to increase its reload speed, and then primal armament gives me 25% more elemental damage. This is literally the XM813. I'm not familiar with it, so yeah, that's how I've got my skills and why I'm building my character the way I am. So let me identify that really quick. It is Cloak of Flame. Okay. It's a really low level Cloak of Flame, though.
Indeed.
Looks dope as hell. So I'm just gonna put you in there for now. Alright, back to this program I work on. Yeah, I know, you do some super secret squirrel stuff at work. Except the program's probably not nearly as classified. If you're talking about it here. So like, see, there's explosive shot right there. That's how slow it is to use. And then you have frag rounds, much faster. Then you have Glacial Bolt, about as fast as frag rounds, but look at all the damage potential. Like all of those walls breaking does the AoE damage. Oh, well, that's a shame. I think you would have fun working on the secret squirrel stuff. See, only one enemy close to it, so did nothing, and then that really long cooldown. Ah, shit. That wasn't paying attention. Alright, well, that wasn't a very good showing. Alright, let's get another one. Let's see here. We have... no basic level 2s. Why? 1, 2, 2, and 5. Is this supposed to be... okay.
Indeed.
No biggie. Let's do this again. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. Oop. Walked into that.
Not yet.
I used to be one of those, you remember? So yes, I'm aware.
Block him in.
Melted that one. You're done. Being super cautious because I was being a little bit... I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have earlier. And it cost me my life. More? Like, here's an example of... see all the walls breaking under him when he was frozen because he was stuck there. It's like, and he just walks through the walls, so I'm not trying to contain him. I'm trying to get him to walk through the walls. Too easy. Now, granted, this is only like a tier 2, so these are really easy compared to how bad they can get. So once I get 3 more, I'll start doing the tier 3s. because I'm pretty sure I can comfortably do tier 3, and then I might end up... struggling a little bit in tier 4. Fall back a little bit on that one. Now, are you DMing Worms or are you DMing Z? Because Z was the one who was mournable right now. I haven't seen... I don't know if Worms has been watching tonight yet. Oh, hello. You need to die. No more interruptions. And down. All right. I will let Worms know to check Twitter. Alright, he has been alerted. So he will see that soon. Alright, let's see, where were we? We can go... this way. There we go. Hello. Goodbye. Okay.
Need a sec.
Let's check over here. Alright. It's not showing up on the map, but it's showing up on the mini-map. So they must be pretty far down there. There's another bridge. Nothing over here.
Killing time.
Actually, I like these maps. The jungle maps. They are really detailed.
Need a sec.
Where are you, bitch? There you are. Alright, so... Oh, hell no.
You're dead.
Those purple things will absolutely demolish me.
Another notch on me up.
Alright. 3 more. 2 more. Exalted Orb.
Nice. Lock him in!
Precursor tablet. that up. That go by. Alright, now where's your elite that you were guarding? There you are. I'm gonna stay the hell away from you.
One down. Who's next? Need more time. Bloody horrors!
Ah. Orb, augmentation. When dead, you fellows help secure democracy. We will be doing that tomorrow night, bud. You have a wonderful rest of your night.
Lock him in!
Alright, there's only one unique left on the map. Didn't mean to pick you up. Didn't mean to pick you up. plenty of barriers on this map.
Lock him in! Notch on me helmet.
Here's the map. Now let's just check over here really quick, see if there's any chests or anything we missed. Doesn't look like it. Alright, here we go. Let's see here. Mana regeneration, stash. Fire resistance. Okay, that's fine. Didn't get any good waystones on that one. That's okay. Let's see. Our first tower. Let's see how this goes.
Have I been here before? Lock him in!
Sure, I want to go in there. Excuse me.
One down. Who's next?
Crit resistant. There he goes. Pick that up. You. I'll look at you when I'm not in there anymore. Advanced stack sabatons. You are way below my level. Getting concerning.
Get out of the way! That's one down.
Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Seem to be doing okay. Yeah, it's time to step up the tier. Tier 2 is not giving me as much issue. I'm probably good for tier 3 at least. But you had something there, huh? Didn't you, guy? Okay. I don't know how to mess with that. I believe I need one of these. Ten maps in range are irradiated. Can be used in completed tower on your atlas to influence surrounding maps. Tablets are consumed once placed into a tower. 6% gold increased. 20% increased quantity of waystones found in your maps. Oh, let me see here. Nope, okay. So that's nice. Let's take a look here. Okay. Canal hideout. There's another tower over here. So I guess that's how that works. Decay. Spores. Well, first.
The tower. I believe that the precursor towers are part of a network created specifically to alter terrain and biomes. This may have been to make Rayclast more habitable initially. Or perhaps it had a larger purpose, later in their era. These ideas are just conjecture, of course.
Identify,
Time is
buy,
of the essence.
inventory. Man, I don't know. I picked those up by accident, I know that. No good waystones. It's okay. You get put away, you get put away. You get put away. You get put away. What do you do? Maximum plus 1% to maximum cold resistance. Increased energy shield recharge rate. 4% damage taken recouped his life. Do I have any gem sockets that aren't being used? No, I do not. What is this one? Let's swap. It's not a very good one. Put you over here.
is it?
Let's see, what do you have? Eh. Good base material. It's all just advanced, so it's not really worth anything. Alright, let's do... Valve Factory, I hate those. Oasis. Canal Hideout. Decay. Yeah, let's do it. Yep, it's this cave. Not a fan of this cave. Blood priestesses. What is that?
Stop, machine!
Oh, meteoric shrine. doesn't. Okay. Hurts them, though.
That's one down.
The game just crashed. Oh no, I got locked out. Logged out somehow. I hate those things. Oh, I must have... my internet must have dropped a little bit.
Lock him in! Simple enough.
No worries. I'm monitoring it. Z, you want to get on banning that thing? Thank you.
Bloody beautiful.
hate those grenade throwers.
Oh, I'm getting swarmed under.
Expert rogue armor. That is an upgrade to what I'm wearing, potentially. It's choke points like that that get me killed in these maps.
More time. Block him in!
Alright, I think I'm going to call it a night after this map. I am starting to get fatigued. And when I get fatigued, I start doing dumb things. Like falling asleep. I was playing last night and falling asleep in my chair.
Another notch on me helmet. Nice!
Looks like there's 2 more.
Weak animal. Not today.
Oh.
Another notch on me helmet.
There's a little bit up here that I missed. Yeah, I was completely autopiloting on a bunch of maps last night. It was not even funny. That way. One of the appliances is done. Nope. Not today, son.
Need more mana.
There it is. Alright, let's clear up this area, make sure there's no hiding chests or anything, and then that'll be pretty much it. Alright. Back to... Yeah. The sad thing is I'd complete a map and get back to the base, and then my fog would clear up and be like, oh, I can do another one. And then halfway through, while I'm fighting like 2 uniques at the same time, I start falling asleep again. It's like, son of a gun. Alright.
The space you cleared allowed us to reclaim several important tools. We can now upgrade our machine.
2 Atlas passive skill points. Cool. Identify. Maybe. I don't think this is one that I want to invest in, but I'll stick it in the stash. Mess with it later. Upgrade you, and then that's... Let's see, there's a thing that Explosive Shot has, Frostfire. So I'm going to engrave that. Where did it go? Support, Wildfire, Unleash, Second Wind. Where are you? Frostfire. There you are. And it will work with Siege Cascade, so I'm gonna grab you. G. Fusion. Pull you. 100% more of Ignite inflicted on frozen targets with supported skills. It still cannot cause freeze buildup. Support skills consume freeze from enemies they ignite. Let's mess around with that. See how that works. Yeah, I get it. So, all that being said, let's look at that. Let's skill points really quick. Alright, so increased rarity items, 100% increased rarity of waystones. I want that. Quantity of items, increased effect of explicit modifiers on your waystones, increased rarity of items found, pack size, 10% chance to be a tier higher. I want that. And we'll go with that for now. Alright. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Y'all have been wonderful. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you again tomorrow night. Whole crew night. I believe we are doing Helldivers 2 because they just dropped that new war bond with the cool, fun toys. We'll see what kind of shenanigans we get into with that. Thank you all, and have a wonderful night.